Nagabenta ki khubor baman kasni pet but subscribe ya u Antor News. Kublai phi baro ginigilong ki khubor bam dagasni. Deputy Commissioner ke East Khasil suba Abhilash Baranwal IS lotherting ki kamsho obriu. Thangkali but pinjulori ki jingdan jing M ki blaja karali thuk jungka Khasi Student Union KSU daga ba ong ba kum kine ki kam kaikhlaw kimdan jaka ka imlang sanang Kaba syongsuk syongsan, udisi lo ang baka district administration ka ay jingbit yak rally halor ka jing shania baka jing kular baka nong kaba jay Henry katay ka jing shania kala sya pen na markit khot rally kala sya kano baki pelong ki kam thombor haki babun ki benta jong ka Shillong. Karkum udisi kum bakhat ngut ki briu kala sya syo kar babun teli ki kali sarkar baki kali riu shimet kala sya penjulor bat sya thang. Arteli ki mot sa nam ki riu Kraw kadri dru kila syak penjulor ka jingbit ban pelong rali kamde ka jingbit ban syok briu ban thangkali ne ban penjulor ki jingdan jingem long ubaran wal. La pentip bakumba ars pak ngut kibor pahara kila syak penyeng ha kalenti rali Henry ki kam thombor kila jesten ha ki babun ki jaka kabla pelong ki jing jubab jung kibor pahara ha katu katne ki benta ban pat biang. Ka administration kan bisharnia ka jing tip sentian berkurukam penyeng ki bor pahara. Udisi lo kamru baka administration kala persyang ban penbet ye kejing kendo hapteng ki nongïalam ka KSU bat umentri rangba haga khat khandai trek unailar wala umentri rangba ulak loy ban ye kendo nanduk kapor khandai beji minstem nri ka seng kala rai ban peteng bet ye karali haba kran halor kejing khandai ka office KSU hajayau ubaran wal ula ong baki pulit klalit ban kem ye ki besyak keno donti haki kam thombor ki pulit kila ham ban penon kam lagi tiar gas marka way ka stun grenade hadin bala keno bala kawang petrol bomb shaki ula kentaj ka jing keno bagi pulit kila le donbor daga bakam ba ka jing jubab jongki kalong katkum ka jing don kam ban penpra ya ka kinhun ka batur shaki ki pulit kila mi no na ka jaka hadin baki nongïalam Shillong kilawan tuklar la register yaki FIR bala kem ki laingut ki nongïalam KSU ka jing tokit kerang yaj ban itu ya baro ki berhenti ka jing syok briu ka jing thangkali ba ka jing penjulor yaki jing dan jing em Udisi lo maham baka sarkar kan om pelat ya ki berhenti ka administration kan pendon kami ki kendon an ban pensio yina ki riu shimet na ka seng ya baro ki jing do ki blami na ka jing penjulor ki kali ba jing dan jing em pat ba halor ka jingkam bagi riu sneu ki banabar ki larung sop shakarali ubaran wal lo ong baki saki ba pau ki video ki pen i ki briu ki batap durkman ra ading bat buri ki number plate hatu kani ki jing thombor kla Syak penkret lupa ne lalik daki riu shim kabu on sa penshisha lang baga jing tokin. Udisi lo ong baga jing bin. Bala ai ka jing yaki jing ka KSU kan syak bishar thamai. Lapan poiru iki buar pahara ba kambun kan top iki Central Armed Police Forces sya Shillong ban khanglat iki nuki jing persyang ban penkulmar biang ya ka syongsuk syongsan.
About that, I'm sorry for that. Maybe if you will bring the evidence to me, I'll basically pose these questions to my district police. But the right person to be able to answer this question will be the district police. But simultaneously, I can assure you that from our side, our intention and the government's intention is very clear. We want to ensure minimum damage to any resident of Shillong. The government has been extremely accommodative. I believe that media is aware of that. People are aware of that. That whenever it comes to taking a stand, the government has always taken the stand which is crucial, which is beneficial for the people. The government has been extremely accommodative. In this case also, the government had been accommodative. The government had called, yesterday itself the government gave out a statement in the media that basically they are welcoming for talks. Simultaneously, one important crucial detail which I would like to mention is that on the night of 18th, we did, from the district administration, we tried our every effort to facilitate a meeting of the organization with Honorable CM. The Honorable CM was extremely generous in allocating time out of his busy schedule on the 19th. He was ready to meet the organization from 9 a.m. onwards. However, late in night, we received, and it was a written communication to the organization that HCM, Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya wants to meet them on the 19th at 9 a.m. We can share copies of the letters with you. However, unfortunately, as things unfolded, on the night of 18th, we were informed that the organization wants to go ahead with their bike rally, and if at all, they can meet the government only on 20th. Media over here, I'm not really, again, speculating into, I'm not really trying to be prejudicial here. But then, in these kind of incidents in the past, petrol bombs have been used by the organization for as an expression of protest. Very recently, again, those two masked individuals were not really related to KSU, but those who hurled petrol bomb at the MSPCB office building. But then, use of petrol bomb is very common, and to say that there is no evidence of it is something which I believe does not really sit well with the facts. I believe that let it be borne out in the investigation.
Sir, if I'm
And police is trying to identify them, and they will be. So basically, it's a part of investigation. As part of investigation, whoever they find have been involved in these kind of activities, they are going to try and arrest them.
one clarification, sir. You said that the police went the place.
That precise information of the timing of arrest, I will not be able to give you because I don't have that at my hand. In fact, that is not here in my the letter that the note that I also have. Maybe you can approach SP office for that precise time.
How many is they already being arrested?
So they were arrested from, I believe. So I believe that. See, I can not give you verified information. The best person to be able to answer that would be SP. However, if you, if you reach out to me, let's say after half an hour, 1 hour, I'll be able to give you that information. Going to go for arrest. An element of surprise has to be maintained. If you are going to inform everyone, that element of surprise is taken. To be able to create an atmosphere of safety and security within the city, to be able to give a message to the rest of the country as well, that Shillong is not comfortable with what has happened yesterday. Police has to show demonstrable action. And in that course of action, they need to arrest people who have been involved in this arson and assault and vandalization. And police did what it was supposed to do. The action was extremely limited to the office of the organization. They went there with the purpose of arresting individuals, and that's why, and any use of tear gas and the use of one stem grenade was only necessitated by the fact that they were attacked by a petrol bomb from the organization. Hence, you will have to go and ask from police. I believe that neither you or I was present at the site at that time. So in that case, it needs to be brought out during the part of investigation, and police is not really judging as of now. An FIR has been launched. An FIR will necessarily lead to an investigation. Let this be brought out in an investigation whether petrol bomb was hurled or not.
Sir, if I
Assuage their fears, trying to provide them that sense of safety and security, which is very, very essential for a peaceful living. So I appreciate the question, because I understand that anyone who is in Shillong as of now, I personally believe that there are two things that they are undergoing. One is a sort of regret, because if you see in social media, so many Meghalians are expressing. They are being apologetic. They are being slightly embarrassed also about what has happened yesterday. Simultaneously, there is a certain sense of fear as well. So we want to work with them. We want to assure them that we are committed to their safety and security. In yesterday's incident, we were led to believe that the rally is going to be peaceful, even though we had good conditions, even though we had security deployment, but somehow that trust was not really, that trust was, I'll say that to some extent was broken. But then we are committed to their safety and security, and we are ready to work hand in hand with them. And simultaneously, we have adequate security personnel to ensure the same. We must not indulge in rumor mongering. And in case there is any stray incident which is reported across the city, please do reach out to us. Please do reach out to police. We will be responding swiftly to the same.
Sir, will there be?
Yes, police wanted to arrest those who were directly also involved, who could be verified to be involved in the assault as well. So they had gone to the office of KSU in Jaya. When they approached the office, at that time a petrol bomb was hurled on them. And accordingly, an FIR has been filed for that petrol bomb as well, for basically an attack on the police forces. Now, when a petrol bomb is hurled on them, the police has to respond. However, the response was absolutely proportionate. There was no indiscriminate use of stun grenades or tear gas. They had to use one stun grenade and they used tear gas just to be able to at least disperse the crowd which was trying to attack the police forces. However, after that, after the stun grenade, which basically unsettled the community, when the community leaders approached the police quickly kind of withdrew from there to not cause further inconvenience to the people. But I do want to iterate that the response was proportionate. There was no intention from police side to cause any disturbance to anyone who was not part of this protest, and simultaneously the aggression was from their end, wherein a petrol bomb was hurled onto the police forces and police had to respond.
So I would like to ask you a simple question, a sort of assurance from him or anything, because the people.
So we are going to definitely, we are going to invoke that act, and all the damage that has occurred to public and private property, that will, basically under the Meghalaya Maintenance of Public Order Act, we are going to impose financial sanctions.
So they'll have to pay whatever damage.
Yes, as per the act, basically the one who are the organization as well as the individuals who are responsible for that causing damage as part of any procession, rally, etc., they are liable to pay, and we will basically issue orders accordingly.
To deal with the situation yesterday because there were no adequate forces.
I personally feel that it is too premature to call it a complete failure of intelligence. We did receive intelligence, that's why the rally was permitted with strict conditions. We did receive some intelligence, that's why security deployment was also there. Now, whether that intelligence was sufficient, whether that was disseminated timely, whether that led to clear understanding of the threats and the dangers is something that we need to examine, and I would not like to prematurely judge on that. But then, yes, I wish that we could have done better. I wish that we had better intelligence.
Okay, Meghalaya.
What I understand, all these 16 people have reported to civil hospital, isn't it, Shah?
Yes, sir.
And they have been given the due medical care. Simultaneously, we have asked our sector magistrate to be in touch with civil hospital in case they require further medical care, let's say something that will require tertiary care. In that case, any possible help that can be given to them will be rendered by the government of Meghalaya.
Sir,
Simultaneously,
if I understand properly,
Meghalaya is also, as I understand, is going to issue helpline numbers for the tourists. From the tourist, basically, the tourism department is going to issue helpline numbers for the tourists who feel stranded, who want to seek certain help. So anyone basically who was assaulted yesterday, we did provide them medical care, and we are committed to ensure that they do get the requisite medical care wherever required.
Adding to that, is there any coordination with Assam so that our vehicles, our people are safe enough?
Yes. That coordination is happening at the level of district administration and government to government level. But since this district, I am sitting here as Deputy Commissioner of Police Service, we do not share a boundary with Assam. That coordination thing is primarily being done by the district administration of Rivoi, but I have on good record that it is happening, and it is also happening at the government to government level.
Coming to the situation,
Has to be examined against the evidence which is there with us. In this case, if you will see, at the start of the rally itself, there were several individuals who were armed with sticks, rods, number plates were covered, they had masks on their faces. Simultaneously, it was not just a couple of incidents which happened along the long route. There were a series of incidents. If you examine these evidences, I don't think that the argument is very consistent with the evidence. I'm not really going to see, it's a matter of investigation. Ultimately, FIR has been filed, whether it was pre-planned, whether it was conspired, whether it was instigated, or whether it was actually some unruly and antisocial elements which tried to hijack their rally. It's something which will be borne out in investigation, and it will be, it's for judiciary to decide. However, as of now, since the incident has happened yesterday only, we have to examine any argument against the evidence which is available with us. And the evidence is there for everyone to see. It's out there in social media, it's there on media channels. It's up to everyone's guess whether the event was pre-planned, or whether they were members of the organization, or they were actually unruly elements which tried to take advantage of the bike rally.
Sir, tomorrow, in fact, they have called a sit-in protest. So whether these permissions are still valid or are you revoking?
No, we are going to revoke the permission, especially in light of the incidents which has happened. I mean, I would like to again take this opportunity to inform you that even when this permission was given to KSU for the bike rally, at that time also through formal, informal communication, we had, I mean, not just us, police had also tried to establish communication with them, and we were assured that it's going to be a peaceful rally, that there's not going to be any repeat of past incidents. And even though we did put conditions, but then that assurance did come to us from the organization through formal, informal means. However, since the conditions were violated, since a series of vandalism, arson, and assault cases were reported yesterday, any such permission, I mean, the permission which has been given for their sit-in protest for tomorrow, we will be revoking the same.
So what?
What should I say? What should I do? So, basically, as you are aware, that yesterday a bike rally was organized by Khasi Students Union, starting from around 4 p.m., which was duly permitted by the district administration with strict conditions. The rally started from Jayao at around 4 p.m. It ended at Jayao at around 4 p.m., went around the town, and in a series of locations, several incidents of vandalism, arson, and assault of innocent bystanders were reported, and simultaneously, as was reported, there was desecration of statue of national icons like Swami Vivekananda and freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So that's the basically factual account of yesterday what has happened. The district administration strongly condemns what has happened yesterday, because there for everyone to see. It's out there in social media, it's there on media channels. I mean, it's up to everyone's guess whether the event was pre-planned or whether they were members of the organization or they were actually unruly elements which tried to take advantage of the bike rally.
Sir, tomorrow, in fact, they have called a sit-in protest. So whether these permissions are still valid or are you revoking?
No, we are going to revoke the permission, especially in light of the incidents which has happened. I mean, I would like to again take this opportunity to inform you that even when this permission was given to KSU for the bike rally, at that time also through formal, informal communication, we had, I mean, not just us, police had also tried to establish communication with them, and we were assured that it's going to be a peaceful rally, that there's not going to be any repeat of past incidents. And even though we did put conditions, but then that assurance did come to us from the organization through formal, informal means. However, since the conditions were violated, since a series of vandalism, arson, and assault cases were reported yesterday, any such permission, I mean, the permission which has been given for their sit-in protest for tomorrow, we will be revoking the same.
So what?
What should I say? What should I do? So, basically, as you are aware, that yesterday a bike rally was organized by Khasi Students Union, starting from around 4 p.m., which was duly permitted by the district administration with strict conditions. The rally started from Jayao at around 4 p.m. It ended at Jayao at around 4 p.m., went around the town, and in a series of locations, several incidents of vandalism, arson, and assault of innocent bystanders were reported, and simultaneously, as was reported, there was desecration of statue of national icons like Swami Vivekananda and freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So that's the basically factual account of yesterday what has happened. The district administration strongly condemns what has happened yesterday, because an incident like this, a series of assaults which can vitiate the peaceful atmosphere of the city, has no place in a civilized and peaceful society. Incidents like these have a very negative bearing on all the efforts being made by the government of Meghalaya in promoting Meghalaya as not only a national but international tourist destination, which is intricately linked to the livelihood promotion of the people. And not just that, one must understand that an incident like this, I'm not saying that it will have, God forbid it should not have, but may have a repercussion on our people who are living outside Meghalaya. We are already seeing that near Jorabad, basically Meghalaya vehicles are being stopped. 1 or 2 vehicles, if I'm not mistaken, have been vandalized. So district administration, the government of Meghalaya is taking it up strongly with the counterpart administration and government. But however, the problem is that these repercussions will further deter the youths of Meghalaya in pursuing employment opportunities outside the state. For example, around 20,000 job opportunities have been recently notified by MSSDS across different parts of the state. We are anyway finding it difficult to mobilize the youth for that, for availing these opportunities. Any possible repercussion in any part of the country will further vitiate that trust. So that's why we strongly condemn the incident, and finally at the night the police had apprehended 3 leaders of the organization, and they had also gone to the office of the organization at Jaya, where after the intervention of the community they came back.
So from past experiences, hasn't the administration learned enough? We've seen this happening time and again, masked miscreants trashing up innocent bystanders. This is not new. We've seen this already enough. And why was there no sort of, precautionary measures taken?
Just to add to it, to the same question, the public, the entire public is asking where were the cops, where were the district administration, when everything was happening in broad daylight. And it's not like 5 minutes it happened and it stopped there. It was happening again and again and again all throughout the route. So
a series of
So
such
why was
incidents
there
happen.
no mobilization?
So see, first of all, we are aware of the past incidents. However, the government of Meghalaya believes in democratic expression of right of expression of protest. Now, if some organization does apply lawfully for any permission, in the past, I would like to brief the media that many a times these protests etc. have been carried out without seeking any permission. This time they had sought permission. Simultaneously, if there is a legal application which has been submitted for a peaceful protest, which we were led to believe would be peaceful, we wanted to facilitate that under strict conditions. That's why the permission letter, we'll be sharing a copy of the same with you guys, wherein we had put down strict conditions so as to ensure that while we facilitate this democratic right of protest, no inconvenience should be caused to the public. We had apprehensions, and that's why we had put security deployment. Around 200 security people were there on the ground. However, now as we see that the route was quite long and there were pockets in which they could take advantage of maybe not enough deployment of security forces, and whatever happened. So while issuing permission as well, we did take into account these kind of apprehensions. That's why there were strict conditions. That's why security deployment was there. A permission to organize protests is not a permission to assault, to vandalize, to arson, to hurt children. So that is very clear. Whether our response during the course of rally was sufficient or not is something which we'll examine. It's a very dynamic situation. As you mentioned that it was not really an isolated incident. It kept on occurring throughout the rally. Now, I would like to request to everyone to not see it as that the district administration allowed a violent rally, to go on a rampage. It was a 3-hour rally in which, as we were receiving inputs, we were trying to respond to the same. But as the situation continued to evolve and it was a dynamic situation,